Good morning folks, Ken Ring of www.predictweather.com. Remember in previous blogs we've been talking about this thing about the moon's behaviour called the declinations, in which because of the tilt of the earth the moon changes hemispheres. Every 27 days it's a full circuit. It goes to a northernmost point in the northern hemisphere, which is about 25 degrees latitude, and then north, and then it crosses the equator and comes down to about 25 degrees south latitude. And so it changes hemispheres every 13 days. The complete circuit is about 27 days. The last time it was in the south, which was directly overhead here above the observer, was about the 8th of March, and then it crossed to about this position. It went down each day in the sky when you're looking at the midpoint of the moon, when it's down here in the northern area of the sky, and then it started to come gradually up, which it's still doing, and it's going to reach this point, the southern declination, again around about the 4th of April. So if you're in the northern hemisphere, you would have seen it, going down and going up, I should say, until it got to that northernmost point on the 23rd. And now for you, it's starting to go down in the sky. Well, it was the northern declination, the northernmost point, on the 23rd. And about a day later, the moon started to trek south, as it always does. And on the 25th, by the 25th, it was bringing colder air down from the polar region, down to all points to the south. It was being brought down by the moon's pull on the atmosphere. That's what happens every declination, whether it's coming from the north or the south. It's dragging that colder air from those poles over the nearest land masses to to those poles. So perhaps that's why it was the coldest day so far in the month across Canada on the 25th of March. And that same day it was the gustiest day of the month for all of Ireland, with gusts of wind up to 65 kilometres an hour. It was also the coldest night since the middle of February for much of the northeast USA. There were unseasonably cold temperatures over eastern Mongolia, over Manchuria, over both Koreas, and over much of Japan. So how could this be? Is it a coincidence? Well, obviously something is going on, and that something is the moon. The links to these northern declination effects that I've just been telling you about in the news articles are on my blog page for today, just to show you that I'm not making this up. Right now, the moon is crossing the equator tomorrow, and so it's nearly halfway, coming up in our sky to the southernmost point, which will be on the 4th of April, as I said. Now, the full moon will be on Tuesday. When the full moon combines with the moon crossing the equator, as it is doing right now, it is virtually mid-autumn here, according to what the moon is doing with the season. And it's mid-spring in the northern hemisphere. And when the full moon combines with the southern declination, that means either same day or a day apart, it's the midwinter where I am here in the southern hemisphere, and it's midsummer in the northern hemisphere. And that date in the northern hemisphere will be, well, for both, but especially we're talking about the northern hemisphere at the moment, for their midsummer will be the 28th and 29th of May and the 25th and 26th of June. So put a ring around those dates, because a week either side, that will be your summer. And that will be the time. Go for a holiday. Book a trip somewhere. I'll say it again, the 28th and the 29th of May and the 25th and the 26th of June. Anyway, we'll talk more about that when the time comes, but hey, no need that we can't forward plan now if you need to book to go somewhere. I'm Ken Ring, www.predictweather.com. Thanks for watching. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow.